Hi, Liz Fisher from Cornwall Public Library. Once again, out in the weeds at the garden. Today I want to talk about some bees, but not just honeybees or yellow jackets or the waspy type things you see, but something called native bees. These are bees that were born here. They didn't come across the ocean or anything. Honeybees actually did come across the ocean. They are not a native bee. Native means they started here. So native bees are really interesting, and the interesting ones I'm going to talk to you about today are bees called mason bees. That's M-A-S-O-N, mason. Do you know what a mason is? A mason is a type of builder. Masons were people that would make things out of stone or brick. They were able to build things that way. So the mason bee does an interesting thing. It makes a house, and then it plugs up the hole where it is. Kind of like when you lay brick. You need to have some mud or something like that. They call it mortar to lay your bricks. Well, the mason bee holes up whatever little place it's living in. Now, the interesting thing about mason bees is that they're solitary bees. That means they live alone. They're not in a beehive like honeybees are. You know, honeybees are really, they make this great big hive and then they all work together. Mason bees are just kind of like on their own. So it's interesting. They will find little holes here and there to live in and then wad up their entranceway when they decide to go ahead and lay dormant during the winter or hibernate. Now, what some people have decided to do is make homes for mason bees. And that's what's back here, this funny looking place right here. And you notice it's made out of logs, it's made out of wood, and it has these little like shields on top out of plastic. And if you look very, very closely, there are lots and lots of holes drilled in here. That's for each individual solitary mason bee that wants a home. Just like they would find holes in buildings or in wood or other places where they could live. Here, they've got an apartment. And that's what they do. Now, mason bees are pollinators, just like butterflies are pollinators and honeybees are pollinators. And here's something you can do at home if you want to have your mason bees living with you. And it's really, really easy thing. If you can see, this was a soda bottle. Actually, I think it was a water bottle, but anyhow, it's made out of very, very thin plastic. It'll make this sound if you do that. And that makes it very easy to cut. So I've cut up a water bottle, and inside are all these individual tubes. Some of these tubes are made out of bamboo, which works really nice. These other tubes are just made out of paper. And what you can do, what I've started doing here, is fill this whole little area here with these tubes. It's a really easy thing to do. I can show you how to do it. I've taken a pipe cleaner to make like a little ring around it, and then you can just hang it from a tree. Probably close to a garden, because that's what the bees like. They like to go pollinate with sweet-smelling flowers and weeds and things like that. And so then you could have your own little apartment for mason bees. I'll show you how to do the rolls. Get yourself a pencil that's a really good size. Oh, here's something. When you cut the bottle, you can have your own little funnel for something else. So let's take a piece of paper. And what we're going to do is we're going to hold it like this. And we're just going to roll the paper around the pencil. Roll, 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 roll. And then take some tape and give it one little piece of tape at the tip and one little piece of tape towards the middle and one piece of tape right here. Pull it off your pencil, so you want it a little loose, so you can pull it off the pencil and you have a tube. And that can fit into your water bottle. And what I like about the water bottle is just like these shields, these are here to protect the holes from rain. That's what your water bottle can do too. This one's a little long, but if you have shorter pieces, each individual can have their own little home. You can fill up the whole tube and you have an apartment for mason bees. That's all for now. Take care.